This is the best through the lens footage I've ever taken. And I've got over 10 minutes worth in this video at 4K. So if you want to see more, please do stick around, stay tuned, after a quick word from VR Wave. So a huge shout out to VR Wave for sponsoring and supporting this channel. They do produce the best lens inserts that I've come across for a full range of VR headsets that include HTC, of course Pimax, which you're looking at right now, as well as the Quest, Valve, PSVR 2, you get the idea. And the great thing about lens inserts is they help keep your lenses free from scratches, but also they do account for astigmatism if you're nearsighted or farsighted. And with blue light filters, they also help combat motion sickness and insomnia. So make sure to check out my 5% discount in the description below. So welcome back to the channel, and I'm glad to say I've put together some through the lens footage using my phone with the Crystal Super MicroOLED module. Now, even though this is pre-production, it has the same resolution, that is 3840 by 3552, and it has around 53 ppd, but the big party piece, of course, is it has MicroOLED, and my god, is it very special. So without further ado, let's dive in and check out some through lens footage using MSFS 2024. Now, as I always say with through lens footage, this is recorded from my phone. I'm not doing anything specific or any special technique like a lot of other YouTubers that do it far better than me. And I think because of that, this is more of a testament to how amazing this looks, because all I've done is press record on my phone camera and stuck it into the lens, and there we go, this is the result. And for this first test, I'm actually using Ultra VR settings in the black Square Bonanza turbine, which I have to say is an absolute classic, a must buy, folks. If you haven't seen my full flight review of the aircraft using the MicroOLED module, then where have you been? But yeah, here I am trying to taxi whilst simultaneously trying to hold the headset into the lens of my camera. That in itself shows that the sweet spot is pretty damn decent, because I'm not staying stationary here, and yet the visuals, I think you'll agree, are beautiful. This scene here with the different cloud formations and this beautiful airport, I really do feel shows off the colours. And I'm going to show you even more of that now. With a sunset flight over Tokyo, full photogrammetry, and with, of course, my RTX 5090, I'm getting pretty amazing results. The FPS counter you're seeing is from the OpenXR toolkit, which is very handy when you're in VR, because you get sort of an idea of what you're getting. I will say, though, that I think 45 frames per second at 90 Hz would also give you this same kind of smoothness as I'm seeing here. But this is all with 72 Hz, and as you can see, the panel still looks amazing. This is now the Caronardo new business jet, and look at this. This is a perfect example of the lack of Miura, and the deep rich colours are just insane. Just let this sink in here. This is through lens footage. This is not recorded, from the sim itself. It's just from a phone camera. I find that amazing, and in my opinion, this is definitely the best selection of through lens footage I've ever done. Followed closely, I think, by the Somnium VR1 that I did a while ago. But even the Somnium VR1 cannot compete with these colours. They are superb. They really give you a sense of being there. The sense of presence is huge. I'm now going to show you some footage of the Pimax Dream Air prototype that I tested. I think with this module you can see a little bit, a very slight amount of brown tinting or colour fringing on the far outer edges. But again, in terms of the overall experience, it is superb. And this is a great example of a daylight scene, but this is with the Dream Air running at about 70% brightness, because it wasn't full brightness during my test. But look at that. There is no interruptions at all between the panel and what is essentially a beautiful, crisp and clear blue sky. That is the magic of MicroOLED. It's not just about the black levels, it's also about the lack of interruption with the panel. If I had to compare both the MicroOLED module, the Super, and the Dream Air, well, they're basically the same experience. I think the MicroOLED module is going to be very useful for those out there that have a different taste. For example, if you fancy a brighter scene with a wider field of view one day, you can use a QLED module. And then if you just want those deep, rich colors, I think the OLED version will be perfect for that. Now, if you ask me which optical engine do I prefer if I had to just pick one, the MicroOLED module is probably the one I'm going to be using 90% of the time. You know, it's just a no-brainer for me. And the Dream Air and MicroOLED, in terms of the visuals, are exactly the same. The only thing is, with the MicroOLED, they will be a slightly larger field of view. And you also get great audio with the DMAS speakers and inside-out tracking, which is available right now. With the Dream Air, with inside-out tracking, I think you're going to have to wait quite a while. I think maybe even until the summer next year, if we're lucky, because of course we all know that the delivery times for Pimax headsets are always completely way off the mark. So keep that in mind. But with the MicroOLED module, well, I'm hoping at this point mass production is finally happening. And if you would like to support the channel and the crazy hard work it's been this year, I do have a variety of discount codes, especially for Black Friday right now. You can get some money off a MicroOLED module, I think around 15% off a Crystal Light as well, which I still recommend as a best value option. Just check out the description below. And, you know, I shouldn't have to say this, but affiliate links make no difference to my opinion, because as you know from this channel, I always give you the full story, both the good and bad. The links are just there in case you want to support the crazy amount of hard work it takes to run a channel like this. Anyway, just look at these visuals. Oh my god. This is without question the best VR visuals I've ever seen. And to think it's available to the consumer thanks to Pimax. Credit where credit is due. I know they don't do everything right by a long way, but when it comes to the hardware, it is absolutely this year speaking for itself. And with the MicroOLED module and the fact that we've now had the specification for the Steam frame, thank God Pimax are here, because these are the kind of visuals that really excite me. Because I'm passionate personally about getting to a point in VR where you just cannot tell that you're looking at a panel. It just feels like real life. That's the whole point of VR, for me anyway. And this gets very, very close now. I think the only things that I've mentioned in terms of the negatives, well, there is a few, such as the smaller field of view, although I don't think that's a problem at all, because the final version will have supposedly around 116 degrees, but even this pre-production model feels enough for me. You do have color fringing at times. There is some glare, and I'm not sure if you've seen it in this through the lens footage or not. Let me know if you have, but this is the point. It's very hard to capture, because in terms of the glare, yes, it's there. It definitely is there, but it's not something that is really, pardon the pun, glaringly obvious. It just isn't. And most of the time, it's just not there at all. What else? I think really, obviously, the expense of the MicroOLED engine. Well, it is very expensive, absolutely, but hopefully you can see from this footage, and if you haven't seen my wife's reaction, Melissa, she did do a video, just one back from this one, I think, unless this goes live another time, of her actual genuine reaction. And honestly, I didn't think she would be that impressed with it, because she is even more picky with VR headsets than me. But as you'll see from that video, she was pretty impressed, that's for sure. So another question people are asking me a lot, is this better than the Mega X, my favourite VR headset of this year so far? Well, that's a hard question to answer, because in terms of the actual visuals themselves, they are very similar. But what makes them better is simply the better optics, with the better edge-to-edge clarity. And I don't know, there's something about those lenses that really resolve more of the resolution. As you'll see here now, inside the Caronardo business jet, look at those visuals. Absolutely pin sharp, photo real. I could never get a quality as good as this from the Mega X, especially through the lens. And I think that's what makes this so special, is the combination of that 4K Sony MicroOLED panel with these optics. It is an absolute match made in heaven. The only other things that really niggle me at the moment is because this is a pre-production unit, I'm at 72 Hertz. Whether with the Megan X I can use all kinds of different refresh rates because it's a final product. So only time will tell if this will beat the Megan X, but so far it hasn't quite got there yet. It's a tough call though, folks, because these visuals, as you can see, are absolutely immense. Anyway, folks, that will do for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for all your support this year. It really means a lot. And I'll see you again very soon. Take care and bye for now.